Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of it. Nah, fuck those kids. Nerdities proudly presents its internet and podcast tag team champions of the world. The reigning, defending. Yeah, well, he's not here tonight, so we're back. We're back down to a duo.
I got it.
I am one half of said champion's co-host of this show. I am the alpha of alphas, the lord and master of the universe. I'm Justin, as always joined by co-host, hetero life mate, my tag team partner for life, if you will. He is the god of the dad bod. He is the king of chaos.
Kyle.
And now prepare yourselves for the quintessential voice in pro wrestling podcasts. He hails from parts well known. He is God's favorite atheist, the mouth of the East himself.
Wow, how is Mike going to live up to that start?
I mean, the show's pretty much always downhill from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good intro.
Yeah, we don't have Vinny, and Joseph is currently walking his dog, and I mean that in like the literal way. He's not in the bathroom jerking off.
So the show should be the same as ever?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
It's an abridged version though, or
Maybe.
a bridged version, like a
Maybe.
suplex. I only have three things to talk about here.
Well, you told me
One
the
of them
three
spoons.
things. There's, you told me the three things. There is one minor thing that I would like to bring up, probably at the end.
That's fine. One of the bigger things from the last month since we've talked is TNA seems to have a working relationship with NXT.
Yes.
Jordan Grace, the TNA champion, showed up on NXT and challenged their women's champion, and they had a match during a PLE, and Jordan lost, as would be expected, because that would have been really weird if someone completely not under contract in WWE would have won their title. But hey, that would have been cool too. And now it seems like one Joe Hendry might be showing up randomly. And you know what? I welcome all the federations to play nice with each other. All of them. It would be nice. Like, I don't understand why you leave money on the table, but hey, what the fuck do I know, right?
I mean, can I just throw out what I think would be the easiest thing to do? Billy Gunn and the Acclaim show up on NXT.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but
That would be the easiest thing to do.
could NXT handle Max Caster's mouth?
Probably not, but guess what? It's like, it would be pretty easy to arrange that to happen.
Yeah,
Considering Shawn Michaels still runs NXT.
agreed.
Now, this could be interesting in a spectacle way if they started to do more cross-pollinating. But I feel like it's got a ceiling to it. A pretty obvious ceiling that you brought up earlier. You're not going to have someone float in for 2 or 3 episodes, do a small handful of matches, and have them be championship. Because everyone knows that interloper is not walking out with a belt.
No, it shouldn't have been against their champion.
Yeah.
It should have been up against someone who is a troublemaker, and then it would have been way more believable that Jordan was going to technically win. I mean, she had a match on NXT prior to the title match at the PLE where she won. And so at least they did, that kind of justice to her. But I'm sorry. I like NXT. But there's no fucking chance that an NXT champion should be beating a champion of another top company.
That kind of takes into account that people consider these promotions on different levels. Like, within the WWE universe, yeah, this is their feeding ground for the main show.
Right.
But, like, these are all still athletes. Sure, it's a big fish in a small pond kind of situation, but they're all still athletes with skills. So you should be able to accept that, yeah, two can go head-to-head, and one could win against someone who is the lead in a bigger promotion.
But if you're looking at the athletes, Jordan Grace is a fucking beast.
Like that was going to be my point. Is if the announcers are doing their job, and she appears, wins a match on a show, and then goes to the PLE, the idea that she would not win, looking the way that she looks, if the announcers are actually promoting her as the champion from another company, like, I would expect her to win.
Yeah, given the way she looks.
Yeah, and the way she performs also.
Yeah,
because it's not like she has necessarily like a flippy floppy like roll up pin sneaky style of wrestling.
She wrestles like a Steiner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty safe to say most women wrestlers have a high-flying type of style. They get physical by doing a lot of high-flyer type moves, a lot of technical stuff that's impressive and athletic, but they're not bruisers. There's very few that are bruisers.
Yeah. Her nickname is Muscle Mommy. Like, for a reason.
Yeah.
She's jacked more than like 85% of the males in most rosters.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that they're like the same, but she's certainly closer to like Rhea Ripley than she is to Becky Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah. Style and physique, yeah.
Yeah. There's been a couple things that have happened on NXT recently that are like got my eyebrows raised a little bit. Like, just the other talent that has appeared on there that is apparently under contract, because Jordan Grace is not under contract with them. It's just a collaborative thing between the companies with her.
Yes.
But Ethan Page is under contract with them now, right?
Yeah.
And that's and he, along with Sean Spears, is still Sean Spears.
Sean Spears is definitely still Sean Spears.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that Ethan Page is getting TV time again. Because I mean, he had a pretty decent push in AEW. It was just unfortunate that he was booked in a tag team and his tag team partner Scorpio Sky got hurt and still hasn't even come back.
He's been on like Collision, I think, on and off. My problem with that is Ethan Page should have been more than he was in AEW, and Ethan Page showing up in NXT makes me think that WWE doesn't value Ethan Page for what he's worth.
The only reason I don't 100% agree with that is because of what happened with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but this isn't the same NXT that Kevin Owens came from.
I understand that, but
so you can't.
If this was potential for him to make and I'm not saying he would have the same impact on the main roster that Kevin Owens has had, but I could see them trusting him to make that jump eventually.
But this isn't. If this was 7 years ago, I'd say, yeah, you're fucking. Of course, Kyle, you're fucking right. But this isn't. This is trying to fix what happened to NXT when they took away the black and gold the first time and made it Technicolor, Vince McMahon bullshit. And now it's slowly getting back to what it was, but unfortunately, the problem is it's all that talent that Vince hired when he pulled Triple H from there and let Shawn take over, and you have nothing but like 80% former athletes,
Yeah.
10% fitness models, and only like 3.5% actual pro wrestlers on that fucking roster.
Yeah. I mean, I think to be honest with you, his peak in WWE, his peak is probably LA Knight, slightly worse on the mic.
I think he could go above what they're doing with LA Knight. LA Knight is a very one-dimensional character.
Well, no, I just mean, I mean like how I see him actually being used in the company. Like, that's the best way I see them realistically using him. Is like, he'll sell a lot of merch, he'll get the attention of the audience, but I mean, he doesn't have the nostalgia factor that Knight has in the way that he talks and the catchphrases that he uses.
No, but that's all that LA Knight has, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's no extra new setting to that, and just because it worked for Stone Cold, LA Knight is not Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But that's the NXT.
Yeah.
Over on the main roster,
I pulled up an image of Jordan Grace. Holy shit.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of old images of her where she was looking strong but not in great shape. She put in the fucking work.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Holy body, those fucking legs are recocktastical.
yeah. Ricochet is no longer with the company. Contract was coming due, and he let Triple H know, hey, I'm not going to renew. And since then, Will Ospreay, being the Billy Goat, has done nothing but tease Ricochet's appearance in AEW every chance he gets, anytime he can, on his Instagram.
So Justin and I have talked about this one-on-one, and just about like the kind of people that we want to see him wrestle if he does in fact show up in AEW, like how we want him booked to start. And I think that's because we're both so confident that that's where he's going.
Pretty confident.
But I mean, you know, it's kind of selfish of me to just not be happy about what we have, right? Like, if Ricochet goes to AEW, like, how excellent that is, right? But at the same time, me still being upset, the Motor City Machine Guns have not yet appeared on AEW. The fact that we lost Ethan Page from AEW and the fact that Zayn and Owens did not make the jump also is like I'm getting closer and closer to having all my favorites in the same company.
Well, the Guns haven't appeared on TV yet, but they've been under contract for months.
I don't know what they're waiting for, man.
I do. They have a certain blood and guts match coming up in a few weeks.
But why would they be Team AEW? Or you're saying they're showing up at the end of that?
There's no Team AEW. It's just whoever's going to go against the Bucks. And right now there isn't any because FTR's out again because I don't know if you've paid attention, but Dax fucked his back really hard.
Oh no! I've paid attention. Fucking Disco Inferno.
Yeah, fuck Disco Inferno.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. Fucking Glenn Gilberti, you cunt.
I love that Dave Harwood called him Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just called him Dave Harwood. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Jax. Yeah. Fuck Disco Inferno. Stupid bitch. But yeah, so yeah. I think they're gonna show up to whoever is gonna be going against the Bucks of Youth. It's going to be like Hangman, fucking MCMG.
Well, it's going to be Swerve, right?
I'm thinking Swerve, Hangman, and the Machine Guns, because there's only 4 in the Elite. So I think it's going to be 4 and 4.
You don't think that the Elite is going to bring back, like, Coda? Or somebody like that as their 5th?
Maybe. I think they could do 4 and 4 if that's the lineup. If it's Swerve, the Machine Guns, and Hangman, I'll order that fucking pay-per-view.
Well, the thing is, though, that they've already... Not that they've done it, but they've already kind of teased that the tag team in that match could be the Acclaimed.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a thing. I mean, they could show up afterwards. If the Bucks win, then yeah, it would be a time for them to show up afterward and be like, yo,
Man.
we see you. And at Wembley, it's the Bucks versus the Machine Guns in like a fucking tag team ladder match. Yeah. Go ahead, start rubbing your nipples now. It's fine.
No, we've gone over this many times, but that, like, I just want excellent tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Young Bucks, at no point have the Young Bucks been my favorite tag team in AEW, let alone in the world. But they put on very good matches on a regular basis. So them, the Lucha Brothers, FTR, and Motor City Machine Guns potentially being the 4 corners of a tag team division, and then add into it teams like the Acclaimed, the Guns, and then, like, I don't fucking know, whoever else. Private Party is back together. Like,
it's got potential.
It's just insane.
It's got potential to be strong again, and it needs to be.
Yeah.
The other big thing is WWE's Clash at the Castle happened over the weekend in Scotland.
Mm.
And I wasn't...
Oh, yeah. Home country to somebody, I think.
Well, we're going to get there.
Oh, get to that.
So, the pay-per-view started with the World Heavyweight Championship match as Damian Priest defended his title versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, the homeboy in his home country.
That's how it started?
Yeah.
Oh, what a middle finger to their fans, huh?
I think this is how it started. Who knows? No one writes these things in fucking order anymore, so it might have been the fucking end of the... Who gives a shit?
Doesn't
matter.
Really,
doesn't matter, because no, Drew McIntyre wouldn't win. You know why?
For the second time.
Because CM Punk would come out dressed as the referee after the ref took a ref bump in the middle of the match, and he would do a 2 count and then stop, causing McIntyre to look up and see him, and Punk was being a little bitch about it. I saw video from a fan in the stands there, and boy, was that a very unfucking happy crowd afterwards.
Yeah.
After this, Drew would go out on Raw last night and quit. Now, we know Drew just recently signed a contract, but apparently his wife needed emergency surgery over the weekend. So this seems to be the way to write him out for a bit. Wishes of a speedy recovery to her. Hopefully everything's good.
I don't know if you have more to cover on Clash of the Castle.
I do.
Okay, because there's more I want to talk about with those 2 guys in particular.
We'll get to that, because I'm sure we're we're going to talk about the press conference, right?
Well, that was the little thing that I wanted to talk about, but just the entire idea of CM Punk showing up there to screw him over is just such a hilarious... Like, I want to dive into that a little bit.
Okay. The WWE Women's Championship match saw Bayley defend her title versus Piper Niven. Piper, also a hometown girl. And she would lose as well. Then the Intercontinental Championship match saw Sami Zayn defending his title versus Chad Gable. And Sami Zayn would retain his title. A triple threat match for the Women's Tag Team Championship saw Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the champs, versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Those two from the region. And they would win. And then the internet would say, hey, fuck Jade Cargill, she's too green, she needs to go back to NXT. And those of us who have been watching her career since AEW go, huh, really?
It's not that. That's not it for me. For me, it's WWE hasn't brought her up on TV because she has kinks to work out in the Performance Center because AEW did such a shitty job training her.
Oh, that was it. You're right.
Yeah, and then they apparently worked all the kinks out in the Performance Center.
Right. Except they didn't, and now they're all like, she's too green. And then, you know, like, yeah, that's been a thing. Because, you know, like, being trained by Bryan Danielson doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
The Bloodline would attack Cody Rhodes. I think post I Quit match. Yes, post I Quit match versus AJ Styles. When we do an I Quit match for the EPW D&D, I want whoever's in the I Quit match to start the match by going, hey, whatever opponent, what kind of match is this? To which they respond, it's an I Quit match. And then the match ends.
They took a lot of heat for this match also.
Yeah, because it was dumb.
I mean, the way it ended is like a real way that it would end. It's just not a good way for a wrestling match to end.
No.
Like in real life.
Sure.
If the stipulations were this, someone potentially crushing your skull in with steel chairs would make you say, yeah, I quit. I don't want that shit to happen.
Yeah.
But having, like, I don't even, a few months ago, someone getting hit in the nuts with a spiked baseball bat and then quitting, like not quitting before that happened.
Yeah, you know.
It's a way cooler ending to the match than
Like,
taking that shot and then not wanting to take a second one.
and then the Bloodline would come out, beat Cody as he was going to the back, and then out would come Kevin Owens and Randall Barry Orton for the save. And Randy would, like, hug Cody, but, like, if you're paying attention to the screen, as Randy's hugging Cody, he's staring at the title. One of those. But you know, that was Clash at the Castle. So there was a press conference afterwards, and CM Punk had baked goods, as he does, and he got real shitty, like he does.
Do you have overall thoughts before we get into, like, maybe more detail about what he said?
Phil's not a nice man. He's not a people person, and I think he shouldn't have sugar. Yeah, Joe, we talked about that last week when you weren't here.
I still do not like him or trust him.
On a personal level?
I like just like if I were his boss, having seen what he did to Tony Khan and the things he said about Tony Khan since he left the company, like not forget, but like what he did to Jack Perry and the Young Bucks, they're coworkers, right? It's not the same thing as your boss who brought you in and paid you millions of dollars.
No.
Right? Right? So like to me, running down his boss for just trying to do a good job and make wrestling better for the wrestlers is like the real reason why I dislike him. Having said all that, this is my favorite thing he's done since having left AEW. This press conference, not all the other stuff that goes with it. Just the fact that he showed up in a track jacket that was the rival team of Drew McIntyre's lifelong favorite team.
Yeah.
The fact that he ate the baked goods while doing a press conference to harken back to All Out. Or no, yeah, it was All Out, right?
It was All Out.
Yeah, All Out. The All Out press conference with Tony Khan. And the fact that he, on top of all of that, when he was asked about doing the first match as Hell in a Cell, said exactly what I would have said if I was a wrestler and someone asked me, would I do the first match as Hell in a Cell? I would have said, no, I probably would have said it differently than him. I probably would have tried to explain my case better, but since he's supposed to be a heel, I love the fact that he said, take that fantasy booking shit somewhere else. I love that. Because a Hell in a Cell has no place on a card other than as the main event.
Yeah. I agree. However, here's my fantasy prediction here. Seth Rollins returned on Monday Night Raw. Damian Priest offered him a shot at the title. Seth Rollins is going to beat Damian Priest when they have their match at the next pay-per-view. And then Punk is going to go on the course of getting the belt from Rollins, which is what was supposed to happen back in WrestleMania season prior to Phil hurting himself again. Now, as long as Phil stays healthy, he's going to get that match against Seth. And then, as Phil goes to win that title from Seth, Drew is going to come back and cost him that fucking title win.
So you think Drew's going to be, like, the whole Drew quitting thing is going to last that long?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what's wrong with his wife, I'm going to assume that he's going to be out a bit.
Well, because you're looking at what? You're looking at SummerSlam for when, for when Rollins wins the title?
Yeah. But that would be perfect because see that takes
then you're setting up for Punk McIntyre at Mania.
Yep.
Got you.
And it doesn't even need the fucking belt.
Right. Which it shouldn't have. At least not yet.
Right.
Yeah, that was I like that booking. There was a thing that the whole thing about Punk, it was like a two-part thing. The first part was why would he like if he knew he wanted to fight McIntyre anyway, why would he screw McIntyre over from winning the title instead of letting McIntyre win the title so that he could beat McIntyre for the title?
Right.
Right.
Because it's
the guy you want to fight anyway. Why would you want to fight him not for the title?
Because it's Phil.
Yeah, no, because it was dumb booking. But on top of that, why the whole thing about him flying over there with the hopes that the referee gets knocked out?
Yeah.
So that he can find someone to get a referee shirt from, put it on, and run down to the ring. Did you see the behind the scenes
the
thing?
shoe at him and Jessica
getting the shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's the one you're wearing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Man, that was so bad. But I loved the press. I really did love the press conference, though.
Even Triple H made mention that Punk should not be eating sugary products, that it does make him a bit ornery. But
yeah.
I mean, that's all I think we got for this. We just hit 30 minutes, so I think we're good.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Nah.
All right. As always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/Nerdities, follow us on Twitter @Nerdities, email us at nerdities@gmail.com, and check out nerdities.com.
While you're there, fuck you! Head on over to tpublic.com, search Nerdities, click on the shop, and you can get yourself a sweet t-shirt like this motherfucker right here. Yeah.
I can't see it. This is not a video show.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. Joe doesn't record these anymore. Yeah. But I'm wearing a new Nerdy shirt. It's our Nerd D&D shirt.
Ooh, good wordplay.
Thank you.
We done a wrestling one?
We do. I don't know if that one's up yet.
No, not like... I know we have the Wrestling With Ourselves one, but have we done a wrestling version of that shirt yet?
We haven't, and we fucking should.
Alright, gonna put that one on the dossier.
Boom, yeah, motherfuckers. Head on over to sinfulcreationsbyjustin.com to get some sweet treats like the June treats that dropped only 2 new flavors this month because that's what I felt like doing. But let me tell you how fucking delicious the strawberry Pop-Tart cookie is. It's a Frankenstein creation of a thing in my head, and it played out beautifully. It's a sugar cookie base, sprinkles, and crushed up strawberry Pop-Tarts. And it's delicious. It is fucking incredible. And the other cookie is not bad either. It is the Dad cookie. It's a chocolate chip cookie base with caramel bits, peanut butter cups, pretzel pieces, and crushed potato chips. It's the ultimate sweet and salty snack. So, get those. And, Joe.
Check us out on youtube.com, youtube.com/nerdities. Body slam that bell and then beat the shit out of that subscribe button with a fucking folding chair.
Yeah, Joe. Oh, talk dirty.
We have so many things in the works.
The integrity. The intelligence.
Including Nerd ETs, our cooking show. Whenever I finish editing them, that will drop. We have the final installment of the Joe trilogy entitled The Justice League. We have a Christmas special. We have a Halloween special. We have a feature film in the works. We need money. Give us money.
We do need money.
We need lots of it to do things because money equals good production values.
It's not even just production values. Like, guys, let's be honest here. I want to be able to make enough money so that I could quit my fucking day job because people are stupid.
This is true. They are. Yeah, nerdities@gmail.com. Remember, we'll croon, we'll spoon, we'll talk about your business and or product.
So, fuck bye. Oh, wait, no, Mike. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
My bad.
The opinions of the Nerdities crew are idiotic and probably stuff, but only next week's will be far more insulting. Fuck bye, brother. Bye-bye.
Brother.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.